Welcome to the Red Corner. We are a South African, Manchester United biased Premier League channel. We're coming to you right after the Man United Liverpool game, or Liverpool-Man United at Anfield 2-2. Let me introduce our speakers to you before we chat about the games. We've got Mr. James Nova. James, welcome, bro. We've got Mr. LG.
How's it, Oaks? How's it? Kidding. That's not my voice. Hey guys, hope you guys are well.
Leka. We've got Mr. Clement.
How's it? Happy days are back for Man United fans. You know how it is.
Bro, it felt like we won a semi-final.
The bar is so low.
Last but not least, we've got Mr. Lesta.
Sure. What's good, guys?
Hey, Derek, you're done.
Sure, but
Cool. Let me set the scene quickly. So Nova, Clem, and myself, we're Man United fans, and then we've got some ops in the room. You know, they're part of the family, but you know, in every family, there's those guys who just go wayward and just choose bad teams, man. Like, I mean, LG, why are you a gunner, bruh? When last did you win anything? Lester, Mr. Chelsea, Mr. 1 billion spent.
Hold on, I got a visitor in my room.
All right, cool. No, let's get going. So we have just watched Man United 2, Liverpool 2. I always say Man United because we're the main team. Doesn't matter where we're going. Anfield, Old Trafford, that doesn't really matter. But gents, thoughts on the game? We're recording this right after the game. Let's start with you, James. What you thinking?
It was a brilliant game. Actually, game of two halves, where second half was more end-to-end. First half looked a bit cagey from United, but they grew a lot into the game, and I think they were doing quite well to suppress the Liverpool attacks, or limiting them to very few attacks. Second half, obviously, the game came alive after United scored. Brilliant taken goal by Martinez, but again, it looks like Liverpool also came alive from the dead after that. And you know, playing at Anfield in the lights is always very difficult, and I will still say that handball looks dodgy, but it's fine. You know, other games it's not a handball, but when it's United, it's always a handball. Fair enough. But at that point, it looked like
here we go.
All hope was slightly lost until then we had the brilliance of Dalot and Garnacho on the left. Brilliant cross. Ahmad doing the Lord's work, 2-2, and right at the end we could have snatched it. But yeah, we will take it. We'll take that draw.
All right, cool. James, I think we lost your video, but you can sort yourself out. We'll just carry on so long. Mr. Clem, your thoughts on the game?
You know, after a game like this, what frustrates me the most is just seeing that these guys can play, man. Like, these guys can go toe to toe, man, with like the supposedly best team in the league, you know? And until we pull up, and then all of a sudden we look organized, all of a sudden we're not panicking. All of a sudden, we can defend corners, you know. All of a sudden, it's like Man United is a competent, proper team, you know. So it's like we kind of know that it's in there, you know. We know that, like, even with the players that we have, you know, some of them are trash, but we know that there's something in there. And then it's so frustrating to have like 3 weeks of trash and then 1 week of like actual high-performing quality results, you know? And that's what it is, man. You know, how many teams have gone away to Anfield and actually kind of walked away with like their head held high, you know? So, yeah, great performance, man. Let's hope for more, man. Let's hope for more consistency. I think that's the issue.
Yeah. You know, for me, you know what, dude, I think, well, let's not discount the fact that we were playing against Liverpool, the Anfield crowd, and Michael Oliver. That guy, bruh. That was never a handball, bruh. Like, if that's where we are, then what the heck is football? The game is gone, bruh. The game is gone, bruh. Like, there was the Maguire. Why the heck did Maguire get a yellow card? For what? Dude gets the ball, yellow card. What's going on there? Like that guy was trying his best, bro. And like we know the guy. That guy's the same guy who was going to Saudi every now and then and like grabbing a young bag there from his city guys. So you know those city guys that were like, hey chief, just do the thing. You know that arrangement that we've got there.
Yeah, but it's this natural position story, man. Like the minute you're in the box and your arm is not like, attached to your hip, you're screwed,
Yeah.
And that's just how it is.
But guys, how is that not a handball?
No, okay, but like it's because the dude was jumping, right? And then he hit the ball. I think he headed it onto his hand, if I remembered correctly.
Yeah.
He headed it onto
Where was his hand?
And he was jumping, bro.
Why was his hand
Do you
here?
jump like this?
Why is he
Do you
doing
jump
this?
like this?
Why is he here?
Who jumps like this?
No,
Who jumps
but
like
guys,
this?
like there was not this. He didn't have to put his hand up there. He could have hit it as well. But his hand
bro,
was here.
it's natural momentum when you're jumping.
Yeah,
bro. Your hands will.
Yeah, but it's like you've gone too far. It's like you
That was
don't
not a good
consider.
fit.
No, guys, it's like you don't consider like the intention of the action anymore. Like when a guy literally throws his hands in front of the ball to affect the direction of a ball, sure, But if the guy is kind of like in his natural movement, why should he be penalized? Yeah, how do you jump, man? How is he supposed to jump?
Yeah, because he was actually trying to move to the ball, and that's when his hand went up. And there's this other rule about proximity. There was nothing you could do, proximity, but again, other games, it's not a handball, but today it is a handball.
I get it. Like, yes, sometimes there's nothing you can do. Your hands are whatever. But in that particular situation, he didn't need to put his hand up at all.
At all.
Why was his hand here? There was absolutely no need.
Oh, he's
like
moving.
this.
He's in
Like
motion.
this.
Just imagine when you're about to turn, your hand has to go somewhere. You can't turn with your hands behind your back. Your hand has to go somewhere.
You're taking to the other extreme. You're taking to the other extreme. Guys, all we're simply saying is his hand had no business being there. That's all.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, I'd just like to kick off and say standards must be in the gutter. If the first thing we're hearing after a draw is brilliant game, these guys can play, and the referee, then you know.
No, wait. I haven't even given my thoughts on the game. Let's do this.
Sorry, go for it.
And then we'll chat. Sorry, we just got in there. While you're on there, that was a brilliant game from United. Definitely. You know what? Those Liverpool boys, they were taking us for small boys. They thought we would come there and people were talking 8. No, we're going record, double digits. They thought we'd do that. Or option B, I'm sure they thought would get there and park the bus and stink the place up. But we came there. Ruben had a few days. After that, what was our last game? Newcastle was the last one, right? We had a few days there. My man just needed a little bit of time on the training pitch, and he's barely had the guys, bro. He's had like 5 sessions, 6 max training sessions, and you can already see in terms of shape the difference between the Newcastle game and this game is night and day. These players, their football IQ is still in the gutter, so you can see they're still making terrible decisions, and like there's so many chances where Licha, well, it's actually not Licha's fault, it's actually Dalot's fault, because he doesn't understand this fullback thing. I think he doesn't know when to be going forward, when to be going back. I don't know if you guys saw that Jamie Carragher analysis with the fullbacks and when they start the running and when they start coming back. So after that, it's almost like he listened to it, and then now he was like, okay, cool, shot. When we're attacking, I'm gonna run, gonna go for it. That's great, but remember that when we lose the ball, you have to be back. And there's so many times where Licha had to cover for him in left wing back, which meant that now there was nobody in Licha's spot, and it was an open gap. And those guys was just crossing balls in or threading a ball in and stuff. But anyways, before we go too deep into the analysis, I saw Liverpool shook in moments in this game. They never expected it. They never expected it. Yeah. At
imagine
Anfield,
that.
Bro.
Hey,
Bro,
imagine that.
The last time we won at Anfield was in 2016, bro. 2016. You know, Wayne Rooney scored the winning goal. You know how long ago that is, bro.
That's crazy. Crazy.
So yes, standards are in the gutter, but this is where we come from, bro. This is where we come from.
Yeah, look, I think I will say this, right? It's not the first time we've seen a Man United team in the past couple of years have stinker after stinker after stinker and then play well in a derby. So the question mark I still have is this Amorim or is this typical United? I mean, even under Erik ten Hag, right? I mean, FA Cup final, we all knew that going in, okay, easily Man United is going to get swept under the rug. All of a sudden, the players step up and perform. All of a sudden, they look like footballers again. So for me, it's just one of those where United doing the typical United thing, playing like trash, derby, big game, somehow they pull a performance out of nowhere. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next game they go back to the trash again. Not at all. Wouldn't be.
Yeah,
Right?
I agree. They also do this against us as well. Every time it's time to play Chelsea, they step up. But they play
Out of nowhere.
They get slapped. Yeah, it's always the case.
The difference, guys, the difference is, I hear exactly what you're saying, and that's exactly what's been going on. But the difference of today is you could see a pattern, bro. You could see
We
out
saw
of
a pattern
possession.
from the get-go.
No.
Then we saw the pattern.
When have you ever seen, though, Man United, you're playing out of possession? You can see there's a solid 5-4-1.
logic.
You can see there's
Coherent,
logic. These
yeah.
guys are holding shape. These guys are they've got instructions. Usually, it's freestyle. Guys are just blood, sweat, and tears, and people
Under
are running
Ten
in.
Hag,
And
yes.
and under Oli and Ragnick and the McTominays are running, and like really passion is getting us through it. Today, passion did not get us through this game today. Today there was a plan. These guys were following a plan, and this is the beginning, building blocks.
Yeah, look, I mean, okay, banter aside, right? I think Amorim is a good coach. I saw from his very first game in charge, I think you guys drew that game. And even in the games where you guys have lost, it's clear that he has a system, he has a style of play, and the idea and philosophy works, right? I think where he has been letting himself down is with these selections. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, you guys are yet to have the same starting 11 game on game. Not even once. Like, he's always chopping and changing this year. The defense is this partnership, that a partnership, this guy's here. I mean, during the week, he started with Xerxes and Rasmus Højlund up front, and then he took him off after 30 minutes. Like, he just felt like someone that was just tinkering the whole time. So I think today was the first time in a while where he said, this is my lineup, and I'm just going to stick to it. And the guys must just do what they've been coached to do, and I'll only make changes if I would like to affect the game in a particular way. So I think his system does work. He stopped with the tinkering for this game, and it seemed to work. And like you guys said, the game was... Liverpool looked a little bit threatening. Yes, they had a couple of chances to score, but at the same time, Onana pulled a blind over save. I think it was against McAllister.
Yeah.
They weren't really that scary or that threatening until you guys scored and then the game opened up, Yeah. But yeah, I think his system does work. There is an idea there. There's a philosophy. It's just the players, unfortunately, just aren't it. They just aren't it. And I guess the question for me is, can we see this on a more regular basis, right? Just keep a fixed, solid starting 11 in a shape and just tweak it here and there. Don't overhaul the starting lineup every single game.
Yeah. Just a quick one on that. Sorry, I'll let you go just now, Lester. I was watching a thing on Sky. These Sky guys always want to ambush our managers and especially when we're in trouble. But they were asking him, I can't remember what they asked him, but one thing he said, just to tie in with something that you said, he said that I don't know my players yet. Like, he's like, I've been, yes, obviously he knows stats. Everybody's got data these days. You see this guy does what and he's watched games. But he basically said, without saying, this is not verbatim, but he said, I don't know them. I don't know how they react. I don't know whatever. So that's also part of why I'm putting them in certain situations and stuff, because I need to know for myself that when you are in this situation, this is how you react. When you are in that situation, this is how you react. And I believe he's just sussing them out before the summer window. I think that's all he's doing. But like you're saying, it does feel like he's settling on something now. So we'll see where it goes. Sorry, man, Lester, you wanted to say something?
Online, like the first half, I thought this game was going to be a snooze fest. Am I frozen? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, you're on.
Am I frozen? All right.
No, you're good.
First half, I thought it was going to be a snooze fest because I think like Liverpool had like one attempt on target. United had like 0. It looked like it was going to be one of those games, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what Amorim said to y'all in the second half, but United definitely stepped up in the second half. It was definitely a game. Guys, please tell me what Rasmus Højlund does.
Thank you.
That man just falls, bro. That man just falls. I don't know what he does.
No,
WWE, Mr. Wrestler.
Striker can't hold up a ball, can't push anyone off a ball.
I rate his hold-up play. No,
I'll give him credit.
no, I
Today,
rate his hold-up play.
Today he at least
What,
held up the
0 out of
ball
10?
once. He at least did it once today. But like he held it
that
up
man
and
is
then like there was
always
nobody, there was no support. And like I saw the dude was like running out of time and ideas. He was like, bro,
Guys, I have seen 5 foot. I've seen 5 foot strikers hold up a ball better. This guy's way too big, way too strong to be that weak.
Yeah,
Doesn't have a first touch. Can't pick when to run.
yeah.
He's not
And he
clinical.
missed
Like
a one-on-one.
guys.
We need
That
so many
man-
things. But yeah, no, we need a striker, bro. We need a striker. That like Hoyland should be the project striker who's learning off of the main guy and he's coming on as a sub and he's learning the ropes and all of that stuff and he's
Yeah.
being given advice every now and then. You can't be the main guy. That no.
But then my question is now, what do? You have 2 expensive strikers that are young guys now. You guys want another striker. So what do you do with the 2 that you have now?
So I know, and I don't want to go back to Sir Alex Ferguson because Sir Alex Ferguson's days football was different, but that man had 4 strikers and he was
Playing
keeping
4-4-2.
them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
playing 4-4-2.
But that's the thing. But then now we've got. I think there's a world where you can go away with 3 strikers and I'll give you my real opinion. But Xerxes is not a number 9, right? He calls himself a 9.5. That guy, I don't know. He must either find his place or for me, Hade. For me, he's a signal of the old regime. And I say old regime because Ashworth is gone now. So for me, I don't mind. My personal preference, I think now, if Juve want him, get him out. Get him out. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Nothing against him. Nothing against Xerxes. Well, I do have some stuff against Xerxes, but that's not the main reason. The main reason is Chief. Let's.
But if you look at the system, though, I think Hoyland does threaten to be the kind of striker that works for the system. Like there's that guy that Amorim had at Sporting.
Gyökeres. Yeah, it's the same type of profile.
Literally, exactly.
This is a baller. This is a baller. Hoyland just isn't.
Profile.
No. Same profile, different quality level. But same profile.
Yeah.
True. Nah, Gyökeres is technical. Hoyland isn't.
Yeah, but I
One
don't think
football
Hoyland's
brain,
in
the other
bin.
one doesn't.
No,
I don't think
but like,
Hoyland's in the bin yet. I think he's shown, at least he's shown some like.
He's
some
pace and power.
desire
He's
to
a pace
play.
and power merchant. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, all you need. I mean, if you look at Gyökeres, all he does is he runs the channels. People, Sporting plays for Gyökeres. They play for him. And
off the ball, he's amazing. He has a first touch. He can actually
he
finish.
runs the challenge.
He can hold up a ball.
He can, but like guys, I don't know how old Gyökeres is, but like Rasmus,
He's a kid.
for me,
Young.
yeah, like I was saying, he's a project. Rasmus, like I was checking somewhere. Rasmus played. I think he did 2 years somewhere, not even at like a proper club, and then he went to Atalanta 1 year, and then you had Man United. That's way too steep a rise, and like the dude hasn't had time to develop. And like, it's obviously our fault, right? We paid for him and we paid a crazy price for him, so it's our fault. But I mean, the point is, I think his ceiling, he's still got a lot of headroom before he gets to his ceiling. Like he just hasn't had time to be coached and developed. That's why I'm saying he must be on the bench and he must learn, and then he can come in and play every now and then. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, league. Right now, I don't even want to say league against the small teams because right now, bro, I don't know who I can even look at and say this is a small team from our perspective right now. But but that kind of thing.
Like,
But you must also remember.
bro, I hear it, man.
Okay.
Quick point, man. I hear it, man. But you forget that you paid 72 million for that guy to be on the bench. That's crazy, and he's earning big money. I think he's on 150. He's not on 150. Like, isn't he on 200 or something?
No. He's not.
All I know is that
they fixed the salaries, so he's not on a lot. But yes, we did pay that. But when I'm Mr. Chelsea, how much was Enzo Fernandez? Was it he on the bench for like 90% of the season so far?
no. Enzo's played all of our games, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, are you sure? Didn't he start playing like recently? He was being benched at some point. It was
No, dog,
Lavia
I watched all our
Lavia and
games.
Caicedo, and Enzo was nowhere
Probably
to
like-
be seen for a little bit.
Nah, probably like the first 3 games. But point is, Enzo starts. Enzo starts, but
no.
you can't pay that kind of money for a player just to put him on the bench, bro.
No, look, it doesn't make sense financially, right? But let's establish this, right? Hoyland is never worth that much, right? So the previous regime, they messed up. They should have never paid that much. But now you can't just say that because we made a mistake in 19 what now we must just live in our mistake, bruh. Ruben has already shown that he's got the cojones now to like make big decisions.
Yeah.
So for me, bruh, if we need to take that L, that 72 million L, bruh, it is. Like we're saying, we're not throwing him away. We're just saying that just learn for a little bit.
Yeah, I think this guy reminds me of Isak, actually, the Newcastle guy, because Isak also had the same problems when he came to Newcastle. And Newcastle, I think, were using, was it Wilson as well in combination until he finally got it right, and now he's on fire. And
Experience,
again,
basically.
Experience. And we need to remember, Hoyland is what, 20, 21, playing for a big club. So that needs time, and unfortunately, he doesn't have anyone to learn from. And I think the main guy at Sporting is Rashford. Rashford doesn't know what his best position is.
Rashford doesn't know what it is to be a 9 anyways. So what is he going to teach him?
But quick question, right? What's the beef with Xerxes? Because in my opinion, he is the type of footballer where A, he's big, B, he's tall, all right, he's 6 foot, and he's very, very technical. Like you could see as soon as you got onto the game, you guys controlled the final third a whole lot better. Balls don't just bounce off of him. He's actually an outlet you can pass to. He can hold up a ball properly. He can, dribble past a couple of players, pass the ball back, help you retain control. Like he did more for me in the short time that he was on the pitch than what Hoyland did the entire game. So what's the beef actually with Xerxes?
So my beef, I'll give you some things, and maybe again, Xerxes is also young, right? Youngish, relatively. But like I think for me, like you're saying that, like we know Xerxes is technical, right? But he's not consistently technical. For me, there's been games when you're looking at him and he can't hold up the ball, and like the ball is sometimes bouncing off of him, and you're like, my guy, but like this is supposed to be your thing. Like out of all the things, you're good at this thing, and like you're sometimes being iffy. You're 6 foot whatever, but you can't win any header. Look at the Newcastle thing, like bro, like you can't, like you're useless in aerial duels, and it's like sometimes it feels like the ball gets stuck under his feet. It's almost like someone said this. It almost feels like Xerxes is playing like with a lag. He's like on a laggy stream, and he's like just 1 or 2 seconds behind everyone else. He gets to the position, but like just a second too late. He's always stretching, and like if he's gonna get a ball, it's like he's always stretching and getting it with his tiptoes rather than smash it comfortably because he arrived late. So I think it's just those things in his game that he needs to work out.
Blame Serie A. Blame Serie A for that.
Yeah.
Another thing. Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, go Clem.
Yeah, look, but then the other thing about Xerxes is if you look at the system, if he's trying to play in those 2 positions behind the one striker, he's not the best 2 players in the team for that position. He's not producing like Fernandes. He's not producing like Diallo. So it's either he levels up or he kind of slots into a different type of position, And I think he's the type of player where possibly he could look at occupying a different position than the position that he that one would think he's supposedly used to, like that position behind the striker, because he's not as good as the other players we have.
I think maybe his best position might be the number 9 at Juventus. Yeah. So,
No, but then again, I think it's too soon, man. I think it's interesting to also look at these things in the context of just like life in general. Like things take time, like 6 months for you to have everything figured out in 6 months. Like that's not how it works, man. Like even in real life, right? Yeah. So like, these guys need time,
No, when I'm saying this, I said tongue in cheek because he's a victim of the circumstance, right?
Yeah.
It's just that we've been such terrible sellers, bro. We sell our players for peanuts because by the time we sell them, their value has been destroyed. So the reason I'm saying it is just like while he's still new and while he's still like got some value, let's just get some money from him and whatever. But nothing against the guy. I don't mind him as a bench. I wouldn't mind selling him. The thing is, we're in a PSR situation, right? It's tight. It's tight. We've messed up for too long, and now, bruh, like we're in that sell to buy situation. We're not quite Barcelona levels, but like it's rough. We can't just go splurging. We're cash rich, but we can't spend it. So it's nothing against him. It's just saying that if I look at sellable assets and how we can like make room for some of Ruben's players, he's someone we can get some money from. That's where I'm coming from.
Yo, that is crazy, bro. But I hear it.
No, I hear it. I also hear it.
Victim of circumstance.
It's insane. I mean, because I'd take him at Arsenal. Heartbeat. I won't even think twice.
Really?
But anyway. Yeah.
Would you take Rashford?
Never. Never. No chance. No. Sorry.
No Premier League club is touching that guy, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
no, it's late for him. Saudi is the way for that guy, man.
Or PSG. Something.
Yeah. And like PSG now, they've decided no, they're not doing the superstar thing anymore now. How are we in a world where Marcus Rashford is on, say, 325 to 350? The numbers change all the time. But
Ten Hag,
how is he on 300 plus?
Ashworth, Man United.
No, it was before Ashworth. It was
before
10
that.
Was it
Hag.
before him as well?
It was before Ineos. It was 10
Good
Hag.
boy.
You know,
Latest.
you know something else. You know that comes to mind is you talk about can you have too many strikers? I think strikers are probably like the most valuable thing in any football club, right? And Rashford did reach the heights, man. He did hit the 30 goal a season kind of thing.
One
Like,
season.
and then that's it. Clearly, that's enough leverage, man, because that's like it's the hardest thing to find, isn't it? A striker who scores goals.
Was it 50 goals or 50 GA? Because that's different.
I think it was 30 goals straight.
Yeah,
like he
all
was banging
comes.
them in.
But
you know?
but even then,
All comes.
And,
Even-
and
even-
isn't
even
and
that-
isn't that like you look at a team like Arsenal? Like Arsenal's biggest, like my biggest beef with a team like Arsenal is like who's scoring the damn goals, man? Like just a striker is just such a valuable thing, So then I suppose he had the leverage, I think that's how he got away with it. You scored 30 goals, you're hot stuff.
It's PR, Joe. He's your star boy. He was feeding the nation and doing all that stuff.
Dr. Marcus Rashford,
So they had to make sure that he stays.
bruh. But like, bruh, even
English
my-
born
bruh,
through the
my
academy.
thing, local lad, Manchester lad. But my thing
Exactly.
is, even in that 30 goal season, bruh, like half of the season he was absolute crap. Like he had a purple patch, he stacked up,
Paused.
he ran up the numbers, and then he went
was
on
after the
vacation.
World Cup.
He was like, my job is done. Yeah, after the World Cup. Before the World Cup, he was like dead.
And then he just came back on fire. Yeah.
Right. Because
He played for a contract and he got it.
yeah. Remember, bruh, after we won that Carabao Cup, we were crap the rest of the season. We were just crap. And that was like, for me, it feels like that was a peak of Ten Hag, like football quality wise. From then on, it was just downhill like forever, up until we got here. But yeah, let's just bring it back to the game quickly. I know we're still gonna chat about the Arsenal game and the Chelsea game, but like for me, guys, why didn't Slot play a right back? Because I don't understand. It's a derby, and you choose not to
He
play
did.
a right
It's
back.
Trent.
Or straight playing, bro. Trent, bro. Trent.
He was in midfield.
Trent is trash, bro. Like, well, no, he's not trash. No, let's.
Eddie, he's
not,
horrible at
He's not
defending.
trash, but he's not a defender. He's not a
Yeah,
defender.
horrible.
He's
Got exposed.
yeah. That guy, bro. A nice little assist he gave to. Let's call it a pre-assist to Licha, who ended up giving it to Bruno, who gave it back to Licha. Scored a nice little pre-assist.
It'll be interesting.
Happy.
It'll be interesting to see how those contract situations happen at Liverpool because they have. It seems they work on a different dynamic where they don't give out contracts for nothing,
Bruh.
Yeah.
And the guys are just chilling there, Salah and Trent. And you have to perform, right? You have to perform first before you get the contract, and that's how it is.
I don't get the Salah thing, bro. Give the guy the money, bro. Give him
Bro,
a
He's
2-year
He's
deal.
old,
Give him the
Todd.
money.
He's old,
No,
man.
he's
He's old.
man.
Todd.
He's Ballon d'Or form.
he's
He's on
old.
Ballon d'Or form.
He's
Who's
old.
going to win the
Spend the
Ballon d'Or?
league.
It has to be Mohamed Salah, right? So he's in fact, you might even say
old,
he's
man.
playing his best season he's ever played for Liverpool this season. So like he's got all the cards, bruh. He's smoking a cigar there. You see him giving
But haven't
interviews. He's talking
Haven't they
like,
offered him the money? Haven't they offered him the money, but just not the time? Isn't he holding out for like a longer contract, and then that's the beef?
both. Even the money is not enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool are stingy when it comes to contracts.
Yeah. And it's like, I know you want to balance the room and whatever, but bruh, you can just sit down the whole squad and like, guys, even you guys can see what's happening. Even you guys can see. Let's
He's
not
outscoring all of you. He's out-assisting all of you. Guys, come on.
We are going to give this guy a better contract than you guys. Don't come here tomorrow talking about some whatever. Trent, I don't know, man.
You can't defend. I
Going to
mean,
Madrid.
yeah, he's going to go
headed
to
to Madrid.
Yeah. And he'll probably play very well there because they dominate most games. See, the problem with Trent, and I mean, we saw it in the Champions League final, right? When the only goal that was scored was where he was supposed to be defending by Vinny. Tap in. The guy, he's never where he needs to be. And he only really gets exposed when he's playing a team that's well organized, that's deliberately exploiting his side. They always get away with it.
Yeah.
He can't defend.
Yeah.
People like saying, he's improving, he's getting better. He can't defend. Simple as.
It's hectic when you get that exposed in such a good team, eh?
Yeah.
Like, individually. Yeah, that's rough, man.
And like, that's the thing, man. Like, we'll do that, but then the next game he'll go and he'll be picking some David Beckham like crosses and like all these assists and stuff like that. Exactly. But, like, bruh, what's your primary role here?
And then counter down his side.
What's your primary?
Eliminated.
Yeah.
But he's been doing this like his whole Liverpool career. One moment is up,
Nothing's
he's down,
changed.
he's up, he's down. He's been doing this.
Bruh.
So it's his time now. He must go.
Nah, he must just go. But you see, if Van Dijk goes, but I know Van Dijk won't go. Salah, I think if I had to rate them, Salah is playing hardball, and I think he can back it up and whatever. Then Van Dijk for me is the second most important. I think if that guy goes, bro, that defense, because the way he marshals it, man, the way and just his I want to use this word the cool kids are using, his aura, although sometimes he thinks that his aura will do the defending for him, but still, he's got that. I think just the psychological blow of losing Van Dijk will do something to that defense. Trent,
but he's old now as well, Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Sure he's coming to the end.
For sure. What's helping is he can anticipate. Stop.
Unpopular opinion, I think Liverpool needs to hit the reset button after this season, irrespective of whether they win it or not, because the problem is, say you give Salah the contract that he wants, and you give it to him for the time that he wants, right? And then let's say the rest of the team doesn't perform out of their socks the way that it did. Now you have a restricted wage bill, there's only so much money you can spend, and you're hanging on to Salah for the sake of hanging on to Salah. Because the question is, if here's the difference between you winning a league title for the next 3 seasons back-to-back and not, by all means keep him. But if you can't guarantee that, for me, rather hit the button now and start rebuilding, because what's going to happen is you'll keep him, he'll keep taking the ton of cash that he is, it will not guarantee you any silverware, and then by the time you need to let go of him anyway and rebuild, you've delayed it for 2-3 years. Because it's not like you can spend a ton of money trying to prepare for him leaving because he's charging so much of the wage bill at the same time. Because now you're going to have to do that and possibly Van Dijk as well, possibly. So unpopular opinion, I'd say, look, play out of your socks, win us the league title, yes or not. Great servant. Cheers. Let's start rebuilding now. Hit the reset button.
I think it's an emphatic yes. I think he will single-handedly win them a league title or whatever. I think you take Salah away, and that team is going to struggle, or not going to struggle like to that. But I think their level will definitely drop without Salah. And who in world football do you replace him with now?
No, but that's the thing, right? So what I'm saying is, can Salah guarantee a league title next season? Is the question.
Probably.
I
yes.
think he's the difference between Liverpool winning the league and Liverpool not winning the league.
Okay, well,
if I'm being honest, I don't think Liverpool's league win this season is guaranteed, man.
Exactly.
I don't think it's like cut and dry. I don't think you can like equivocally say the thing is Liverpool's already. I really don't think so, man.
Well, we know Arsenal's not going to win it. So do you think Pep's going to do one of those 18 game?
No, but look, it's really nothing. And if you look at the first half of the season, like Chelsea was threatening to like do something, just that they've just fallen off now over the past few weeks. Arsenal still, points-wise, they're in it, man. 6 points is not a lot. And then for Arsenal and Chelsea, for a change, not having to chase Man City, doesn't that give it some sort of interest? I'm interested actually in how the league is going to pan out.
Let's
I don't think it's as obvious.
Let's segue right into that Arsenal match. Yesterday, what was it? Was it 1-1? You guys took the lead, and then you just decided that no, we're not gonna kill this thing off. We're just gonna be pretty about it and
yeah.
I don't know, man. What's your thoughts? What's happening, bro?
Right. I am probably going to cover in the next couple of minutes my frustration since this guy has gotten here, because all of it showed yesterday, believe it or not. One, Arsenal had no business hiring a novice to take over a Big Six club that is supposed to be challenging for titles on a regular basis. That was the first strike. But nonetheless, you did it. Let's go with it. Let's roll with it.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Arteta.
Oh, you're talking about Arteta?
Yeah.
Oh, are you Arteta out?
I'm Arteta on the fence.
I thought Arsenal fans were for Arteta. I thought Arteta still had credit in the bank, at least. I thought he still has stacks of credit.
Credit how?
Most are divided.
Ex-player.
The only
credit in VBS.
The problem with Arteta is, look at the game yesterday, right? We started the game with 4 DMs and 3 centre-backs. 7 players are all defensive-minded players, right? Normally, when you set up a team like that, you can't concede. Because it's very clear, you're saying to us that you don't have creative options, you don't have attacking options, so you're going to show up at the back, you're going to defend. Right? Fine, we get the goal. What does he do? I'm going to shut up shop and sort of park the bus. Right? And then we concede. It's 1-1. Can he affect the game? Of course he can't. Why can't he affect the game? Because he admitted a couple of weeks ago that we have the thinnest squad in the league, right? We registered 22 players out of a possible 25 or 23, I think there's a number like that. And he spent almost 800 million. Sorry, guys. We can't. So
what's happening? Are there injuries? Are there injuries at Arsenal right now? What's happening?
It's a couple of things. Bukayo Saka is injured. The reason why he's injured is because you cannot at that age be playing 60 games a season and being the guy carrying Arsenal season in, season out.
Yeah.
You guys are killing that guy's career. Saka's not gonna. No, but Saka's not gonna be able to have a long. You're breaking him down.
The guy has a level 3 hamstring tear. Level 3, right? I'm not a medical expert, but everything I've researched so far and read, basically that yard of pace that he had, take back 1 or 2. He's not going to be the same player, and we just need to figure out how. And he needs to figure out how he can get the best out of himself after that, right? But there is no reason why in a Big Six club in any country, a 21-year-old is the guy carrying the team season in, season out, to a point where even England is playing him every single time. I mean, even games where we're winning 4-0 by halftime, the guy plays 90 minutes. Why? Anyway, that's the point. But that's the thing, right? So yes, all those things sound like they're outside of the game. But if you think about it, why couldn't we do anything in the game to affect the game in any way whatsoever, right? There is no backup to Bukayo Saka that's adequate, right? And apparently now even Nwaneri, the 17-year-old, we're around on 17-year-olds now, right? This is back in Wenger days when the Ox burst into the scene. We're repeating that nonsense again now, right? Yeah. Now he's injured apparently. He has some muscular issue, right? We went to go get Raheem Sterling on deadline day. Everyone got excited. We can get the best of Raheem Sterling again. The guy's barely played since.
Yeah.
All right.
He's finished. Yeah.
Whether I think Sterling is finished or not, whether I think Sterling is a great player or not, the manager thinks that he can still do a job, and hence why he got him. So assuming Arteta, we made the right decision, use him there. But again, we can't use him because he's also injured. So he's also out, right? Yeah. Outside of Odegaard, who is the next creative midfielder? No one.
Where's Fabio Vieira?
Out back on loan in Porto.
Oh wow.
Merino.
Don't even get me started on that scrub. No. So everything to do with yesterday's game is Arteta too scared to lose a game. I think that's his mentality. Whereas you could see, for example, with Slot said, no, I want to win this game. You could see it. As soon as you guys scored, he's like, hell no, I'm getting a goal. It wasn't panic stations. It was just, I'm getting a goal. Even when they do 2-2 against Fulham after they got a red card, and twice they went down. You could tell that team wanted to win. You'll never see that out of Arteta unless if he's panicking and he's losing. and then you'll do like a 5-way substitution and take off all defenders and put strikers or whatever the case may be, right? So in-game management for me was a bit poor. It didn't make any sense to me. Number 2, Jorginho's wearing the captain's armband. Why? Thomas Partey's at right back. Why? Right? We have a left back in some kid, Lewis Skelly,
Timber,
right?
who's your normal right back? Is it Timber? Does Timber play right or left primarily?
Now,
Ben White.
primary
Should
right
be
back
right.
is Ben White, who our manager played through an injury. He played him for 3 months knowing that he needed an injury. That he needed
No,
surgery.
I hear you, but Ben White is here. Timber's starting over Ben White. Timber's better than Ben White, right?
I think so.
Timber's better than Ben White. So Ben White is the bench option, right?
Now
but like-
all of us, yeah, he's going to be. I think he's going to end up being the bench option. So
Yeah.
the thing
But,
for
Timber,
me is
but Timber's gone, so that's why Partey was at right back, right? Because Timber was.
you can't find someone in the academy. Nothing. There's not a single right back in the entire club. Anyway, they can just do a jumper again.
Away at Brighton, though, hey, those seagulls.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
No.
seriously.
Here's the thing, right? How threatening was Brighton down our right-hand side?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
So now,
I'll be honest, I
Where's
don't watch the game.
Tomiyasu as well? Where's
Tomiyasu
Tomiyasu
is
as well?
perpetually injured, that guy. I don't know what we did to him, but apparently he had an injury record before coming, so that was probably a bad buy. Anyway, so my issue with yesterday's game is that the management was poor, the starting lineup was poor, and tactically, Arteta got outdone by a 31-year-old manager. That was my problem with yesterday's game, right? And yes, people are crying, it's not a penalty, it's not whatever. He got to the ball first and he got clattered by someone else's head. Had he got clattered by goalkeepers first, like what happened at West Ham against us, we got the penalty, right? So in my view, that's a penalty, right?
Yeah.
And again, the reason why I told you guys by saying that the standards are low if you're starting with refereeing decisions is that was one decision. That had nothing to do with the fact that we only had 3 shots on target against Brighton. Three shots on target against Brighton.
There's no striker at Arsenal to take shots, man.
Whose fault is that?
that?
Who spent 67 million on
Arteta knew he
Havertz?
needed a striker, though.
Anyway,
Arteta,
You understand?
Chelsea's finessing us, bro, in the windows. Chelsea is finessing us. Mount,
Chelsea knows business.
Havertz,
But
Erling. Bro, these
you
guys.
know on the but on Arsenal, the one player I feel sorry for at Arsenal is Odegaard, man. Yes, Odegaard performs at such a high level. No, but he's such a quality. I really rate him. I rate Odegaard, and I'm like, shit, man. I'm almost seeing flashbacks of Fabregas, man. It's like
Respect
one
Fabregas,
guy-
please.
One
No.
one guy ahead of all these other guys, and he's just doing a one-man job there.
Do me a favor, right? The next time you watch Arsenal play, right? Watch him very carefully, and now think about how long he holds onto the ball, and look at his decision making as to when to release it and when to hold on to it. So many times, someone is clear through with a run, the guy's taking 6-7 extra touches, right? That's number 1. Number 2, study him on the edge of the box. If there's no Bukayo Saka to pass to, he's not doing anything with it except passing it back.
Yeah.
Right? It's all hype. Right? The guy, he doesn't create anywhere near the amount of chances that the top creators do. I think he has like 2-3 assists the entire season. He has like 1 goal or something like that. He's not that great. He's the best. He's the best of a okay bunch, but he's not world class. He doesn't walk into many teams, in my opinion. Right? He's not this creative spark that we think of. Now, does he get the ball ticking? Yes. Right? Will he help you control the game? Of course he does. But again, from my number 10 or my creative player, I'm not looking for you to have a high pass percentage. Create chances, fam.
Do you think he's better than Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah.
Do you think he's better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rate him. I don't know. It's a personal bias I have. I like just the way he plays.
He's better than Bruno.
He is
For sure.
In terms of what?
In terms of the fact that Bruno just gets the ball and launches it upfield half the time, aimlessly, and eventually something sticks, and we say, "Oh, what a lovely pass!"
That's
Bruno had a
old,
big game
That's
today,
the old
yeah.
Bruno, by the way. Amarim has been wagging his finger at him. He doesn't do that as much anymore. The Bruno special, but like Bruno is ill-disciplined, right? I think Odegaard has the discipline.
He has discipline,
Yeah.
Bruno is the best creator in the Premier League. Bruno creates like quite a bit more than Kevin De Bruyne when he was still in. Before now, he fell off when he was in the prime. It's just that our team is crap, so like, nobody finishes. But in terms of chances, Bruno's the best creator in the league, in my opinion. You just don't hope to hold a formation with him though. 'Cause he's like, I'm going on an adventure.
Nah, bro, you're reading stats now. I get you, but we watch football with our eyes, Chief.
No.
Bruno's not that great, bro. Yes, he's a good player, 100%. He's a good player, but people like Kevin De Bruyne are better. I believe McAllister has potential to be better than Bruno.
He has
Cole
potential,
Palmer
yeah.
at the moment is doing far better than
Untouchable.
Bruno.
Yeah.
There's so many players that generally play better than him.
Have you checked De Bruyne, bro? Just watch De Bruyne as well.
No,
You know those
he's
Bruno
falling off.
specials that we're talking about? De Bruyne
Yeah.
does those exact same balls. He just spams it. He spams it.
But De Bruyne makes the pass.
Haaland gets no.
That's the difference.
He's playing in
De
a
Bruyne
better
makes the
team.
pass.
He's playing in a better team. Have you seen Bruno in Portugal? Have you seen him? He's levels above.
Yeah, fair point.
So De Bruyne's teammates know where to be. That's all it is.
Yeah. But Tish, what does that say about your IQ as a midfielder? If you know that your team member is not there, but you're still spamming it anyway.
Yeah, look, that's another thing, because I mean, you're the captain. You're wanting. You don't want to admit that my team is crap, right? So like you're sort of like, it's wishful thinking in a way. It's wishful thinking and whatever. And I think he even said something like that. He said it without saying it, but he almost said, you know, when I'm with Portugal and I know that players make certain runs and they're with whatever, and then he basically said something along the lines of, and then at United, I don't know, something's not. He basically said his teammates are shit without saying his teammates are shit.
Which is fine, right?
That's basically
what I'm saying is, if that's the case, then at least then control the midfield, Chief. Dictate play. Do something else. Don't just grab it and spam it and say, my team members weren't there. Now, transition, let's defend again. You understand? So just to come back on Arsenal. So another thing with Odegaard is that in big games, or when you really, really need someone to step up and create something, he's not your guy. Bukayo Saka is. So for me, a little bit overrated. Can he help you control the midfield? Yes, he can, right? I just think yesterday for me, it didn't feel like Arsenal were playing a Brighton. It felt like Arsenal were playing City, or Arsenal were playing a Liverpool, or Arsenal were playing some big team, which for me is a little bit unacceptable, right? I can't defend having 3 shots on target, right? I don't mind losing. I don't mind losing or drawing to a Brighton if, say, for example, we got a red card, or they caught us on the counter, but we controlled the game, right? But it cannot be a thing where we're not dominating the game. I need to dominate the game at least from minute 1 to at least minute 70. And then they can have a 10, 15-minute cameo, and then it's fine. If I lose it that way, that's perfectly fine. But the problem for me is he went in with such a negative mindset. We scored the goal. We went even more negative, and we lost that lead anyway. And then we found ourselves with the last 10, 15 minutes under the pump.
Yeah, it felt like you guys had never read a store. And also, just on that Saliba thing, I know you've already said it's a pen, because I see like some of you Gunners are saying, yeah, no, but like he hit the ball. He didn't hit the ball because he was going for the ball, and he was actually fortunate to hit the ball because the ball came off my man. What was it? Pedro, João Pedro.
Yeah,
it came off of him, and then if it wasn't for João Pedro, the ball wouldn't have ever hit Saliba. He just got lucky that he touched it on his way there, but he was just late. That's all it is. He's late.
Yeah, exactly. And again, for me, a refereeing decision does not in any way stop you from having more than 3 shots on target. So for as long as those are the stats, and for as long as that's how the game went, I don't pay too much attention to referees, right? A decision may go your way, it might not go your way. It is what it is. It's football. Do we want consistency? Yes, we do. Unfortunately, this is not FIFA, right? This is not EFC 25. You're not going to get robotic, consistent decisions.
Also, in EAFC, you also don't get consistent decisions, by the way.
I haven't played it. I was just purely assuming. Right? The point is for me, rigged. Do your part, and if something doesn't go your way and it's unlucky, then by all means rant about whatever, didn't rather go your way. But if you clearly didn't do your part, and again, all of this ties back into the amount of money we've spent. For example, we spent 65 million on Kai Havertz as an 8. That didn't work. We put him up front. Now we still need an 8. We put him up front. It's not working. We still need a 9. So what did we buy him for exactly? You understand? Merino, okay, what does he do? He can't pass a ball properly. He's just a tall guy running around waiting for a header to go in, right? We've been trying to replace Granit Xhaka, and we've been buying midfielder after midfielder. And the last point I'll mention, how many more defenders is Arteta going to buy? The thing for me, right? And you guys probably had this view as well, right? At the end of last season, beginning of this season, I'm pretty sure the unanimous consent, everyone agreed that Arsenal needs a killer up front. I think we all agreed that. Arsenal, they just need a killer. Get a killer, get a backup for Bukayo Saka, let's go for this thing again. What does he do? He buys another left back that can't defend. An Italian left back.
Why do Arsenal need a striker every season, Joe? The one season they buy Jesus, we thought Jesus was the answer. And then they got Havertz, we thought Havertz was the answer. Now you guys need another one. What's happening, dog?
Chief, Jesus was not... Okay, Jesus was the answer from the perspective of Arteta doesn't want a striker that's just in the box. He wants a guy that's all over the place. And if you want someone that's all over the place, that's got some flair, got some pace, and can actually finish, Jesus is the guy. The problem is he was rushed back from injury. And he's never been the same player since. That's number one. So right there and then, what we were supposed to do is go get a striker. What did he do? He gave Eddie Nketiah a new contract and 5 million signing fee and gave him TT's number. Where is he now? Palace. Right? There was a lad by the name of Florian
Did you also
Balogun.
give him Henri's number as well?
Yeah.
That time?
Yeah. Where is he now? Crystal Palace. Barely getting a game. Do you understand? Florian Balogun, we sold him for 50 mil. And I'm like, guys, potential and talent-wise, Balogun is the better striker than Nketiah, in my opinion. No, we sold him. He can go. Right? And for me, it's like we got rid of Lacazette because we said, yes, Lacazette works hard, but he doesn't score enough. Okay, that's Jesus. All you've done is just change the age. You've done nothing, right? Also, Havertz, we stumbled upon him being a striker. Let's be clear. If Jesus never got injured that season, he was going to force him in that 8.
Yeah.
He was going to force him in that midfield.
100%.
You understand?
He only ended up being a striker because it wasn't working where he was bought for.
Exactly.
And it was just like, I must use this guy somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
but you know,
Maybe Xerxes is the left wing back.
but you know, if you just before you move on from Arsenal, man, you know, Arsenal's next few fixtures are crazy, man, and it sounds like they're not in a position to kick on. But you know,
Who they play?
so what would you say as an Arsenal fan? What expectations do you have for Arsenal? Because then also you need to consider that you can't keep getting close. You know, you can't keep getting this close and not getting over the line. You know.
Yeah. I wanted Arteta gone that season where we were 95% on top and lost it. I wanted him gone straight away. Because the reason I wanted him gone is I knew that him staying, is going to put us on a very slippery slope of repeating Wenger years. Where we are champions by Christmas, fall off by May. Champions by Christmas, fall off by May. Right? And at the time we're playing scintillating football, blah, blah, blah. You know, Man City's the best team in the league. You know, who else can beat Pep? Okay, well, Pep has fallen off. We haven't taken advantage. Liverpool has. You understand? And they
That's
made
the
one
biggest-
signing, by the way, and the one signing they made is still injured. He's barely played.
Yeah. But that's a colossal
why?
L, bruh.
Do you know why? They have an experienced manager. A guy that actually knows what he's doing, who has some pedigree that can say, okay, this is how to galvanize a team, this is how to organize a team. If I concede this, what I can do without compromising too much of my philosophy. Whereas Arteta, scintillating football, he gets close to a league title. It's like he's still buttered from that. Now we're playing this Stoke City football. Like we rely on corners, guys. We're celebrating set pieces. Arsenal.
Bruh, you guys celebrate a set piece like it's
Oh,
a goal,
guys.
bro. Like
That's
like
how
just
they
winning,
beat
just
us,
winning,
man. I
just
was so
winning the
shocked.
set piece. No, but like no, I get it. But we were all kinds of crap. But like just winning the corner, like those guys. Have you seen them air punching and like high fiving each other from winning?
Yeah, we need to stop that. No, that trend
That's
is to stop.
embarrassing.
Arsenal are not a set piece team, man. Come on.
That's
Yeah,
embarrassing,
they're an
guys.
open play coach, like people are saying.
Like,
But you'll see.
dude, yeah.
I bet you next season, you know how they change the rules every season. I bet you the stuff that you're doing in the corners now.
We're not going to get away with it.
There's gonna be a rule change,
Yeah.
and then you won't be able to do it because you guys foul a lot in the corners.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
do.
it's
We're-
dark ass tactical fouling.
We hug the goalkeeper. We hug the
Yeah.
opposition goalkeeper without hugging him. We smother
Bruh.
him. And the guy can't jump, he can't come out, he can't do anything.
Right.
And then we score and we celebrate. And the thing for me is also our board, right? And whoever was making decision on transfers, and we thought it was Edu. Edu left. We'll see what's going to happen now because everyone was blaming Edu for the nonsense signings, right? Arsenal has a nick of we're in a position where we're going into January. We need something just to get us that much closer to get it. And every single time we're there, there's every excuse under the sun, right? We tried bidding for Caicedo, but to keep good relations, we didn't bid further and we didn't go back for him into the summer. We bought a Jorginho, another Chelsea reject. We're literally neck on neck with City to win the title. And to win the title, you're telling me all I need is Trossard, a Kivio, who didn't play until April, I think, and a Jorginho. who's a reject. That's what you're buying when the title is literally there. You have one hand on it.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Like for me, the wildest thing is just you guys, you push City so hard for 2 seasons. You guys primed yourself to be the challenge. In fact, you guys were priming yourself to even beat City. Nobody knew City was going to fall off, but you guys were priming yourself to beat peak City. And then the minute City falls off, then you guys just decide
nowhere to be found.
Dude.
No, you
I don't
can't do
get
that. It's
this.
criminal. It's criminal, man.
But you see, here's the thing. As someone that follows Arsenal on a regular basis, I am not surprised that City's falling off and someone else is taking over, because I've always said, guys, strike now while the iron is hot. You cannot predict the future. Chelsea at some point is going to get their act together and get the right manager who's going to get a tune out of those guys. We don't know what Slot looks like. He could get in here and just take advantage. And by the way, City's 6 points behind us. I just want to put that out there. They're only 6 points behind us, despite the shambolic season they're having. And they're going to spend money in Jan. So if they click all of a sudden and go on a 12, 14 game streak, we could finish third. Do you understand? So I'll finish on this, right? There was I think in the All or Nothing series, the Amazon Prime series, I flipping hate that thing. I don't know why we do it. It's just PR, basically. But there was an episode called, and I think the caption was something about, in this episode, we dive into when Arsenal went through this. And I kid you not, this is quote for quote verbatim what they said. And we look closer at Arsenal's first half win against City. That caption right there tells you everything you need to know about the mentality and where we are.
That is the most Arsenal thing. Wait. Then let's just we've got to.
We lost that game, guys. We lost that game.
Why are Arsenal fans weird? I think you're a sane Arsenal fan, but why are Arsenal fans weird, bro? It's why do you guys celebrate things like that?
PR, chief.
You guys
PR. You see, here's the thing, right? The biggest fan channel is AFTV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
by far, they're the biggest, right?
Yeah.
The problem is if you start looking at their content right now, you can't really finish a sentence trying to criticize Arteta. If you pay careful attention, you will struggle to finish 2-3 sentences just layering into the manager. Robbie or someone will chip in and try to give a counter argument. For example, Lee Judges was like, guys, these midfielders were atrocious. Merino was terrible. And the guy's like, yeah, but he got an assist. He's like, what do you mean you got an assist? So what? Did you win your channels? Did you win your challenges? No. Did you win your tackles? No. Did you defend? No. Did you control the game? No. Were you on it? No. Okay, so who cares that you got an assist? There's always someone to sort of counter the narrative that sort of goes against, that sort of goes against the toxic positivity type of vibes. You understand? So if that's your biggest fan channel, and that's how they sort of run things, where majority of the comments are positive, and even if things don't go well, it's like, we go again.
Yeah. There was a moment, I'm pretty sure they had a chat with Robbie on the side, the Arsenal guys, and they were like, my guy, we'll hook you up, but you need to change the tone or whatever, because it feels like it was one way and then it just reversed.
Dude, I mean, also, I think Saeed as well. Saeed said that they banned him from going onto the overlap or something like that. Yeah. And because apparently they view him as too negative from a Man United perspective. And I'm like, but guys are just being honest. If I don't think Arteta is the guy, for example, he's not the guy. Why must I force the issue and celebrate nonsense? You understand? If I'm holding on to the fact that we broke down Highbury to compete with the world's best, that was the narrative here. And I watched Fabregas leave because he wanted titles. I watched Henry leave because he wanted the Champions League. I watched Vieira leave because Wenger refused to sort of beef up on the squad. I watched Alexis Sanchez leave for the same reason. I watched Robin van Persie leave only to find out that they didn't even offer him a contract. All these guys left in pursuit of one thing alone. That was painful, right? I mean, Fergie loses the league on goal difference. You give him the country's best striker. Make that make sense.
Tanko.
That's like the league that you go. You understand? So I've watched that season in, season out. So hence why for me personally, my standards are silverware or leave. Even if you can nick an FA Cup, it's a trophy, my guy. It's something for me to celebrate and savor. Let's go again. But the nonsense of, bigger fish to fry. Okay, that fish is probably burnt by now. Like, what the hell's going on here, right? We've been the Europa League, right? We have Arsenal fans saying, Europa League is a rubbish trophy anyway. Who cares about it? I'm like, what? We have no European pedigree. What are you talking about? You understand? Yeah, Carabao Cup, that's a nonsense tin pot trophy. You know, who cares about that? FA Cup, Arsenal have got the most anyway. Just leave that alone. We won the league. Okay, cool. You didn't win the league though. So now what?
That's when you know you guys are not speaking like winners because, like, bruh,
Exactly.
how many times did City take that Carabao Cup in a row, bruh? And like every time they were going for it, and like but I think if you're a big club and you've got big dog mentality, bruh, you just want to win all the time. Doesn't matter what it is.
That's it.
I want to win. You don't sacrifice this for that or whatever. That's when you start becoming small club mentality. I'm winning. that's what it is.
Hey, it's tough
Yeah.
there by Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, no, it's rough.
Yeah,
it's
it's crazy.
Let's hear what's happening on the blue side of London there. What is it? Was Chelsea 1, Palace 1, or Palace 1, Chelsea 1? What happened? I actually didn't watch the game. I saw it up until that Cole Palmer. It was Palmer goal, right? Yeah. And then
it was a Palmer goal.
And then,
Oh man.
Another
went to
one.
the City game.
Yeah. No, Cole Palmer's that guy, guys. He's that guy. But unfortunately, look, I'm unlike most fans, I'm actually going to be patient with this team, bro. Like, it is a young team. Yesterday we started Josh Ashampong, an 18-year-old in defense, played quite well. Actually, he's one of our best players on the pitch because like we have injuries at the moment in defense. So I'm not too mad. Like, it's never nice dropping points, obviously, but like I think that we'll still finish top 4. We have too much quality not to finish in the top 4. But I'm patient with the team, man. I just want top 4. The league, we were never in it. We've told you guys from the beginning. We are not in the title race.
Wait. Everybody knew Chelsea was in the title race. It's almost like you guys all had a meeting, and in your meeting you were like, guys, we know at home that like we're in a title race, but when we're outside, let's not say anything.
narratives.
Because you guys don't want to put pressure. You didn't want to put pressure on the guys, but you knew in your heart you were in a title race.
We knew, guys. We knew this was going to happen.
No,
And
but
to
again,
be honest, guys, did you think that Liverpool were going to be as good as they are this season?
No, we didn't. But as soon as they showed any potential, we clearly very said, like from week 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, these guys are in the race.
Yeah. And it goes
Before
back to
they had a big gap, we said they're in the race. Just look at them, watch them play.
Yeah.
They're in the race.
Yeah, but you guys are saying this.
It
Are
goes back to
Liverpool
that
fans
big
saying
dog.
this as well?
It goes back to that big dog mentality, man. And Chelsea, as far as I understand, Chelsea are a serious football club, man. So the minute the wheel started turning and these guys were winning games, then it should have been clear. It's like, yo, this is what we've been building towards. Let's go and win the league now. So now, just because it's been 4 games without a win, I think the ambition should still be, all the way to the top.
You know what happened?
In my
Chelsea
opinion.
got to second, right? Sorry, I'll let you
Yeah,
go.
Chelsea
Got to second, and when they were in second, they felt like Maguire felt in the last action of the game. They were like, oh, shit, what must I do? What must I do? And then they started crumbling.
But as well, it looks as well like the team is also fatigued as well, because that's what I kept on seeing from Chelsea's games. Second half, they're not as strong.
Yeah, there is no way we can. Sorry, I'm sorry to cut in. There's no way we can allow Chelsea and fatigue. They have 400 players on their books.
Yeah.
We're not talking about fatigue. No.
And they're all under like 21, and the average age is like 21,
There's youth, there's energy, there's stamina, there's 400. No. If it's fatigue, it's because of mismanagement. We're not letting that narrative fly anyway.
No, 100%. I agree. Like, there's no excuse for that. Like, we literally have 2 teams. Some of these guys are playing 1 game a week, so I get that aspect of it. However, guys, if you actually watch this team, if you watch Chelsea, you'll see that these guys are making mistakes. We can't finish games sometimes. You can see like we're gonna concede, and that's been the case in like our past 4 games. We concede last minute. We can't hold on to leads, and it's because of this lack of experience. We're experiencing exactly what Arsenal experienced when they were leading. That other time they were 8 points ahead of City, and they couldn't do it at the end. It's because they don't know how to do it.
But then now Chelsea are 18 months away or 2 seasons away from being where Arsenal is now. If they don't quickly turn into like if they don't execute on the potential, then you'll end up as the almost team. There's a spot open because Arsenal have fallen off completely. So there's a spot open.
I agree with
almost team.
I think from next season, the expectation has to be to win the league. I honestly believe win the Conference League and we'll win it. Chelsea are definitely a winning team, bro. Because the 2 times we've been in Europa, we've won it. We're going to be in the Conference League, and I think we're going to win it as well. So as of next season, it's just going to be who's going to be who are we going to be competing with? Are United going to be up there? Arsenal going to be up there? But I definitely think we're going to be in the title race next season. There's no excuses for next season.
Yeah, and I think for me it's slightly different with Chelsea, right? Because Arsenal had one man. They've given him everything he wants for 5 years straight. Whereas Chelsea, I mean, as soon as the ownership thing happened after the Russia-Ukraine thingy, that was just a mess, right? And then Todd Boehly came there as a cowboy just shooting everywhere, 100 mil here, 80 mil there. That was just a mess. Then they had Potter, that was just a mess. Then they had Pochettino, that was just a mess. And literally, all they were waiting for was the right manager to stabilize, get an identity, style of play, and straight away we're like, whoa, it's clicking, right? Whereas with Arsenal, all right, the guy inherited a team that everyone said was toxic and negative. That team won him the silverware, did it not? He has since spent 780 million, or whatever the number is. It's a lot. That's all that matters. And he hasn't won a single thing since.
He ruined Emery's team.
Basically. Right? Because we can't even say the football is better anymore because we're playing like Stoke. So anyway, but that's the one thing I think that I was always fearful of. If Chelsea, they have the owner who has the ambition, who has the money, who will find whatever loophole possible to get whatever players he wants. The money is there. And Chelsea strike me as a team where they don't mind a fine or a slap on the wrist for FFP. They strike me as a team that says, whatever, we'll find a way, right? My fear was always if they find the right manager who can get somewhat of a tune of these guys on a consistent basis, especially when Poch got like sort of clicked with it somewhere last season. I was like, okay, they just need a manager. That's all they need. As soon as they get a manager, do not be surprised if somewhere in the season, a top 3 looks like Chelsea somewhere in there in the mix or in the top 4. In
Poch is going to send you death threats there. You're like, yeah, as soon as it clicked with the Poch, you're like, okay, they just need a manager. I'm like,
no. Poch was a bridesmaid. Let's just remember that, right? He was a bridesmaid. Yeah. He lost a title race that he was in all by himself, and even Leicester took it that season.
Right, he did that, and then
and Champions League as well.
Right, the Champions League, right? That was silly. But Leicester, sorry, you were saying you're talking earlier about leaving 72 million on the bench in Rasmus Højlund or whatever. Your man rocked up there and he left probably 500 million out the squad. He was like, he was like all these niggas out.
Bro, I hear it, man. I hear it. It's tough tactically, bro. Because I remember there was a couple of months back, they even asked them why don't you play Felix and Palmer in the same team? And he was like, I would love to do that, but the balance is all wrong. We won't be able to defend with Felix and Palmer in the same team, bro. So it's really about the balance. I get you. We have enough quality to win games, but sometimes, bro, it doesn't make sense. It's exactly what was the team we lost to? I think it was Ipswich. We started Nkunku. People were crying. Start Nkunku. Start Felix. We started all these guys, and we still lost. So I hear it.
Guys, how much are these guys playing? I mean, they're cold, bro. Because match rhythm and stuff. I mean, when do they play? I don't watch the Conference League stuff, so I don't know. But also, how often they play Conference League?
That's when they mostly play in cup competitions. They'll do a cameo here and there in the league, but generally speaking.
Yeah. To defend Maresca, I would say this, right? If you are unable to dislodge Nicholas Jackson, you deserve to be on the bench.
Nicholas Jackson deserves to be on the bench.
No. If you are unable to bench Nicholas Jackson, stay on that bench. Relax. Wait your turn.
To be fair, bro, Nkunku is not a striker. He's a left forward, so you can't really blame him.
So how many left forwards do you guys have?
Yeah,
a lot. A lot.
Just take a guess. 4, 5, 6.
Nkunku, Sancho,
Mudryk. Is Mudryk still around?
Felix also.
But Mikalo's doping, so he's banned. Allegedly.
He's temporarily suspended.
Yeah, allegedly doping.
Blessing in disguise. No more selection headaches.
Let me ask you this, guys.
No more having to select him.
Considering how the media and everyone was saying Chelsea was a mess in the beginning, and look how it's turned out now. Do you believe the strategy worked or not, according to you guys?
No.
Nah, I think it worked. Right, Chelsea were having a United season now. Where you guys finished 13th or something like that, and it just
Last
seemed
season.
like
Like
last
8th.
season. Was it 8th? Okay, but you were 13th for a while. I think maybe you climbed up
Yes.
like at the end. And I think that, like, for me, the difference was very stark from how last season was to how you started this season. I think you had your first game. You played City, I think, in your first game, and that I think was a good thing for Enzo, because he saw, okay, this is what's up here, and then he adjusted. He changed his way a little bit, and you guys have been solid. So I think they've done good. Done good.
I think it's too soon. It's too soon to say, because isn't Chelsea's whole vibe it's a long play, isn't it? You know, this whole investment in youth is an ultra long-term game, you know. But it's trending towards it working, which is why I think the expectations need to be adjusted, and you know, Chelsea needs to deliver the goods, man. You know,
and Enzo talks about a five-year plan or whatever, but like, I mean, this is football.
Trust the process, Vision 3.
Ain't nobody got time for a 5-year plan.
Trust the process. Here we go.
yeah, no.
Here we go.
No, that's nonsense, man.
Look, I say no simply because you didn't need to spend that amount of money on that number of players in such a short space of time to be where you are right now. Right? To say that it's worked or it's a success assumes that they've been doing the exact same strategy since minute 1 till now, which has not been the case. At some point, Bowley had to step out of the way and just stop doing what he's doing. Someone eventually had to advise him, like, dude, you're being done. Right? Which is why, for example, Koulibaly came, and as quickly as he came, he went. Aubameyang came, as quickly as he came, he went. Right? The same can be said about so many other signings as well. So I think for me, exactly.
It's like there's a whole other era that happened, you know.
It started as a mess, right? Which got salvaged when they slowed down and people said, dude, stop it. And they managed to get some players out, which is why I was infuriated, because I'm like, how is Chelsea able to make money off Aubameyang, but we literally paid him to go to Barca and help them into top 4? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, discussion for another day.
They stumbled on the success, right? It was freestyling, and then somehow they managed to stumble on it.
Okay, yes, and someone said, relax, pull it back, you're going to get in trouble.
I have a rebuttal to that, Mara. James, do you have anything to add to that?
I think for me, it did work out for Chelsea, because the short gist of it, he tried something, it didn't work. He got rid of that squad and got in a new philosophy and new players. And already right now, you can see the trajectory is moving upwards. So for me, I think they are on the right path. I'm still not sure about the current manager, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, fair. Here's my rebuttal. Many people don't know this, but this has always been Chelsea's strategy. The only difference is that when Todd Bowley came, we bought so many players in such a short space of time. Because we used to have players like Mohamed Salah, Kevin De Bruyne. We had those quality players that ended up being superstars. Thibaut Courtois, them kind of guys. The only difference is that we bought all of them all at one time. But this has always been Chelsea's strategy. We've always bought young players that have potential to be superstars.
You guys always had like 100 people on loan or something like that.
Exactly.
More like 50, not 100, but yeah.
Victoria Pletzel has like 5 Chelsea people. And all these teams,
bro.
All these teams you've never. I actually hate that now I know Victoria Pletzel because we're playing against them. And bro, how are we here, bro? I hate that, bro. This is what I like. This is what I like. I should be saying, who's that? No, I don't know. Anyway, sidebar.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, but like you guys are playing men like no other, so it's you're in the same.
It's gonna work, guys. It's gonna work. We're gonna be talking next year about Chelsea winning the league next year. Don't worry. Mark this video. So we're here. We are. I mean, we're basically at the halfway point, right? Maybe just a little bit over. How many games are we? 20 games or something?
Yeah, 19.
Halfway 19.
19
cool.
for most. Yeah.
So let's just go. What are our expectations for and this is to wrap up as well. What are expectations for our teams for the rest of the season? James, let's start with you. What are you expecting? What's a good season for Amarim?
Good season is we just have to make it to Europe. I will be overly ambitious about winning a European competition this season, but as long as we qualify for Europe and not conference, conference is not Europe.
How? Man is sitting 13th with his nose up here.
Cool. LG, Arsenal. What's your
Dude.
expectations?
My expectations, based on what I think is realistic, is we're probably not going to do what's required in this January window, which means our fate is going to be in the hands of everyone else other than ourselves. So if Liverpool continues on their trajectory, we're probably going to finish second at most, at highest. If Liverpool throws it away, that's the only chance we have of winning it, right? That's number 2. 3, I know City is going to go into the market and do things. They probably are going to do it. And if they do, I wouldn't be surprised if they claw back the 6-point gap between us and them, and they find themselves second or closer to Liverpool than what we are.
Yeah.
At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea goes on their run of form again or something clicks, or they fix a couple of things or address a couple of things here and there, and they also get back to winning ways and stay challenging within sort of that top part of the table. So my expectation, based on what's realistic, we are going to finish top 4. I don't think we're going to end up challenging for the league title come April. I don't think so. That's my expectation.
Newcastle's also sneaking up. I'm just looking at the log. These guys have
they'll fall off again. Don't worry, they'll fall off again.
They've been low key just grinding in the background. They're thereabouts.
They did the same last season. Low key this, low key that, fall off. Low key this, low key that, out. Same thing's gonna happen, I think.
8-game winning streak they've been on.
Yeah, no, it's wild. But what I will say, just a passing thing on there, must respect them on the business that they've done. I know, obviously, we know they want to be spending more with all the oil money that they've got. They can't. But like, bruh, if you look at the signings they've brought in, bruh, they almost don't miss those guys, bruh.
Yeah.
And the thing for me as well, and sorry, I'm going to keep bringing Arsenal because that's my only frame of reference because of the nonsense we've been doing for the past, I don't know, God knows how long, right? They didn't spend 100 million per player to have the midfield that they do. Yet we spent 100 million on Rice and we still don't know where his best position is. Right? Tonali wasn't
taking
8 million.
corners. Rice's best position is taking corners.
We spent all this money on midfielders, and Thomas Partey is still our best midfielder when fit, by far.
But I'm disappointed.
Miles,
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the Arsenal take, man, because I don't think the regression is that extreme, and I think they should still be challenging, man. Like this league title is not. It's not done and dusted, man.
But they have gone from
we are playing like Stoke.
Football to Stoke. They definitely.
Yeah.
There's been a market change there.
It's on the pitch. Like the thing for me, if the football is scintillating and still balanced, and we're just missing out here and there, fine. I'll say, okay, guys, let's keep doing it. The problem is, Chief, it's slow, it's lethargic. We become defensive as soon as we get a goal. Dude, someone got booked for time wasting in the first half. Those are the tactics that we're deploying.
First half, bro.
No, guys, come on. No. So yeah, if we're lucky, we'll get anywhere near a league title challenge. Realistically, probably top 4. And knowing our owners, that will be enough to keep this guy. So round and round we go.
What like for you? Because you've said your Arteta thing. Outside of winning the league, is there anything Arteta can do to make you like give him another season?
Have a go at the cups and nick one. Simple.
Does that include Champions League?
We're not going to win Champions League. Let's just park it to the side. Nah. Nope.
You're very realistic. I like that.
Nope. Guys, we went there. The closest thing to a Champions League final or the trophy we were was against Barcelona when I think someone got sent off. I think it was Jens Lehmann or Sol Campbell or whatever.
Wow.
And Thierry Henry uncharacteristically kept finding the goalkeeper every single time. We was clear 1-on-1, right? That was the closest we ever got to a final. That's the closest we're going to be for a very long time. Do you know why? We're not doing what's required. It's that simple. Just buy world-class players. Stop buying players that, I remember some fans saying, oh, no, but we can't buy a world-class right winger. What about Bukayo Saka's development? What? Get the guy in. Let them compete. Look at look at Saliba and Gabriel and just throw a spanner in the works. Buy a world-class defender, like the three of you compete. That's how players actually get better. You build us. You win titles with squads, not with a starting 11. And we have a good starting 11. Well, good starting 11. We have no striker. Our left wing is dead now. Martinelli's fallen off a cliff. So no, Champions League is out the equation. Nick an FA Cup and or a Carabao Cup and give it a go. Just give it a go. That's what I want to see. Give it a go on all fronts. Stop coming up with excuses to throw things in the bin just not to win anyway. Give it a go.
I'd cool. So fry all the fish, not just the bigger one.
Exactly.
That's basically what you're saying.
Exactly.
Clem,
starts. Yeah, but that's hectic for Arsenal because that starts FA Cup third round Man United. It's just crazy. And then
in Amorim we trust.
Final Newcastle.
In Amorim we trust.
Crazy.
In Amorim we trust.
I wouldn't be so confident if I were you. I wouldn't be so confident.
Amen.
Even at the Emirates, that game. It was not big show.
It's gonna be interesting.
Outside of
it's
the
gonna
set
be
pieces.
interesting next week.
And sorry, just one more thing. And again, that's the sad part about the situation that we're in, right? Because 2 seasons ago, had we taken this mentality, we would have got a more silverware. Now it's like Man United is starting to get their act together by getting the right manager. Newcastle, okay, they're starting to stabilize a bit. Chelsea's getting their act together. City's fallen off, but Liverpool's now gotten their act together. And it's like, but dude, there was a time where the only 2 teams that were considered anywhere near close to the best in England was ourselves and City. All you had to do was take that dominance and maybe a cup or 2 and just win it. That's all. I wouldn't be complaining if that was the case. I'll just say, guys, we're up against City, but at least we got an FA Cup. At least we got a Carabao Cup. Now, I have nothing to show for it. 780 million. Name one manager in any league in the world who's the coach of a top 6 team. He spent anywhere near the amount of Arteta, and he's still in the job without delivering silverware after spending the money.
Our guy delivered silverware and he's still gone. So
yeah.
He has more trophies than Arteta. Fact. So
and still that was not enough to keep him. Now imagine spending all that money and you have nothing to show for it. It can't be. It just can't be.
Well, in Arteta's defense, he still called the Community Shield a trophy.
Nah. It's embarrassing. Guys, the Community Shield is called the Community Shield because it cannot be called the Charity Shield. It used to be called the Charity Shield because it is a game for charity. The problem is the FA was not donating the requisite amount of money for it to qualify as charity. Hence the name changed to Community. It's a soccer aid, that thing.
Corruption is everywhere.
It's a soccer aid, that thing. What are we glorifying here? And again, all of those times, the only reason why we competed for those community shields is because City also won the FA Cup. So therefore, whoever's second by default has to challenge. But if someone else won the FA Cup in those seasons, it wouldn't be us.
Which was crap because I thought we had won the Carabao Cup. I was like, they must at least give the next cup thing, not the runner-up of. But anyways, let's not start that. Clem, what's your expectations for the season?
Yeah, look, I think the realistic one is just, trying to get into Europe, get out of the bottom half. I think that's a strong one. Get out of the bottom half. Let's get into a more respectable position. But what's funny about these expectations is 3 weeks ago, before we went on this really bad run, we were about 7 points away from top 4. And then it's like you blink again, and next thing we're closer to the bottom than the top.
People were with their calculators. Nice. If this happens, if that happens, we'll be in the top 4. Cheeky, 13.
So yeah, I mean, just get into Europe, keep it respectable. But for United, it's just about getting this system, just convincing strong performances with the system, man. The signs, enough of one performance a month, just get the act together, consistently, and then we move from there.
Where are you guys now?
13th now.
13th,
man. Hey.
We're 1 point behind Spurs. We are.
Yeah, they're another shambles as well. Spurs. But
there was a point where we were like 3 points behind City, or almost 3 points, and now we're we're 11 now.
But sometimes it's good to kind of not have the obvious pressure of being good enough to win the league, which is what I think is happening to an Arsenal now. It's like Arsenal. It's frustrating because come on, guys. It's like you're now underperforming you're now a level below the top, we're a level, we're many levels below the top, which is good because then you can take your time to build up again. You know, so there is also that aspect, which is where Chelsea was as well. You know, last season they were, doing, they were just taking their time, building their system, and then you come back and you give it a go. You know, so it's an interesting space to be in.
All right, cool. All right. Lesta Boogie.
I think for me the expectation is just top 4 and a trophy. Doesn't matter which trophy. Top 4 trophy, and I need to see Palmer and Caicedo in the team of the season. I'm happy. Done. Danko.
Are you guys are not in the Carabao, right? Carabao is Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal, and who's the
Newcastle.
fourth one?
I think Newcastle. Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
So it's FA Cup. Who are you guys playing?
Some pub team. Small team.
Cool.
Yeah.
So FA Cup, and then it's that conference, men's conference.
But to be fair, Chelsea. To be fair, Chelsea have been fumbling against so-called small teams, man. For the past 2 weeks, it's been a bit of a situation there.
Nah,
Tractor boys.
We'll get it done.
But today before our game, I was hating on Ipswich, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, why are you hating on Ipswich, bro? It's just Ipswich.
Did they slap you guys this season?
No. We drew with them, but I was looking at the log, and I was like, hey, we're close to the relegation zone. These guys
are flying, yeah.
But anyways,
fair.
my expectations for United. I how many Europa League spots are there? Because there's the one for the FA Cup, and then in the league there's one spot, right?
I think there's two.
So
there's two.
Yes. I don't know.
It's two.
One for your Carabao Cup. The other one is the FA Cup. And then 5th in the league or 6th, I think. I'm trying to remember the Champions League spots.
Yes, there's 2 in the league, but if you win the FA Cup, the other team gets knocked out. Yeah.
I don't know that we're gonna make the Europa League, man. I don't know that we're gonna make it. And I think I know financially it's gonna be a problem because we're already in a bind and all of that stuff. But I think I would appreciate having, unless we win the Europa League this season, right? That's a different conversation. But say we don't win it this season, and I don't think it's realistic to expect that. I would almost want no Europe and just give the dude time to coach in between games. It's just, I know there's a ripple effect. It's gonna mess up with who he can bring in and just all sorts of stuff. But I wouldn't mind one season of that, man. We're in the mud. We need to rebuild. And I know that's not a Man United thing, and that's not our standard. I know that, but I think it would do us the world of good.
Just a quick comment on the whole. It might affect who you attract, right? Arsenal's narrative was we're getting into the Champions League to buy world-class players. Name one that we've bought since being in the Champions League.
But you guys are a different kettle of fish, bro. You guys
have the money. You get ridiculous wages. You will get players.
Bro, we were attracting Pogba and Zlatan from the Europa League, bro. So
you'll be fine.
The pool. No, it's not the attraction. It's the cash. We've got a PSR problem. It's a PSR problem. That's the thing. So I think for me, I'm looking at the teams above us. Okay, let's see. 1, Liverpool. 2, Arsenal. 3, Forest. Okay, punching above their weight. Let's just say they fall off, right? And there's Chelsea. There's Newcastle. There's City. Bournemouth. Say they fall off. There's Aston Villa. We're not getting Europe, bro. Not getting Europe. I don't want to be playing Noah. So I'd rather just bow out. So I think for me, let the man embed his style of play. Let's get better at his system. Let him figure out who he wants to get out. I hope some of them leave this window, actually. But let him just do that, get his players, instill his system. That's all my expectation. I think before Ten Hag, in fact, when Ten Hag got sacked, that's what I actually just wanted. I just wanted a style of play that's consistent and that we can see, and then we go again. So I think we're there. He brought his style of play very quickly. There was the storm, and the storm might not be over, but just need these guys to understand. He was saying it as well in the thing. It's he's because we haven't had so much training, these guys like find themselves in positions, and then they like start remembering the theory. Oh, according to the theory, when I'm in this position, I must do that, and then they leave the obvious things because they're trying to recall the theory and like play. It's like there's a man open there passing the flipping ball. So like
Overcoaching, basically.
yeah, it's just like our players have a low football IQ, and like we're coming with a complicated. It's not even like a complicated system. Let me just call it that. So I just need those guys out. That's all. That's all. I need Rashi out. I need Casemiro out. I need Dalot out. I need Malacia out. I need I need almost everybody out. I need
The whole
Lindelof
team.
out. I need
But the problem with rebuilding is, unfortunately, you can't throw away everyone.
yeah, no, you can't.
That's-
It's gonna be
that's
it's gonna be in pieces. I think if we would say what positions we need, we definitely need a left wing back. That's one of the most important positions. in this.
Malacia, guys.
That
What's wrong with
cross
Malacia at wing
ball,
back?
that cross ball, that switch, it opens up everything, and we don't have anybody who
What's
can
wrong
receive
with?
it.
Wait, what's wrong with Malacia?
I think
at left
Malacia is
wing back?
broken. I think it's broken, bruh. I think
to go someone low.
yeah, he had a double knee surgery, and like
Yeah.
I think it's a wrap at this level.
What happened to that brother, man? He had a left back. He was he Portuguese or Spanish or something?
There's
Regalian.
Who?
Regalian, the guy at Spurs.
Regulon, he was there on loan, Chief.
Dalot. Are you talking about Dalot?
No,
it's
man,
on
guys.
the
You
regular.
guys had a left back.
Oh, we
Alex
sold it.
Telles.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
not Telles.
Telles.
Oh,
It
Telles.
is
Telles went to
Telles.
Saudi. He went to Saudi a while ago.
Man wanted
Yeah,
money.
he went to Al Nassr. So
He's exactly what you need at left wing back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And now Ten Hag
actually.
flipping sold the left wing back.
Hey,
which
Ten
would have been
Hag
perfect.
destroyed your squad.
Alvaro Fernandez. He sold him, and like that guy would have been so perfect for this. Ten Hag is a criminal, bruh. That guy's a terrorist, bruh.
Hey, Ten Hag destroyed your squads. I mean,
So,
Fred. There was no reason
Yeah.
to get rid of Fred. Right, the
Bruh.
guy had energy. You could run
Bruh.
up and down.
Exactly.
And then the dross that you bought instead, and the amount of money you
Yeah.
spent for that dross. Yo,
Bruh, imagine. I understand why he left, and I wanted him to leave. But imagine Sancho in one of those 210s now, bruh.
yeah,
In this system.
gravy,
Imagine that.
different gravy.
No, he'd cook.
But yeah, but no, I think I backed the club. He needed to go. It's unfortunate. He needed to go. So yeah, for me, I just want to finish strong, get the style of play, look like it's settling in. I want to feel like we've got everything. We just need better players, and then this thing's gonna click. That's where I want to feel. That's
I
my
think you're there already.
yeah, but it just needs to be
I think you're there
solidified.
already.
Just needs to be solidified.
Results basically need
Yeah,
to match up with
Yeah,
the
and like
stability in the
just
system that you
basically for this stuff, for these movements and these actions to become second nature to the players, and not like seeing them calculating and like, oh, what must I do? What must I do? That's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah, but it looked very smooth in the second half, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
At some
for sure,
point, yeah.
for sure. So I trust we will definitely get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there. But anyways, I think that's a wrap for today's episode. Thanks so much for everybody watching. Remember to comment, like the video, man, subscribe, share the video. We're a new channel, and we've got so much planned for you guys. So just watch the space, hit that notification bell so that you get a notification when we put out our video out. We'll be putting out some more videos. We'll be talking a little bit more about our plans for the channel. So just watch the space. Follow us on the socials. It's Red Corner ZA on all socials, TikTok, Insta, Facebook, X. Do you guys want to shout out your socials before we go? James, where can we find you?
You can find me on X, James Nova, and that's it.
Cool. LG, can we find you?
You can. You just don't see anything to do with football there. It's currently all family and personal stuff. So you can find me on Instagram at LG_music with a Q. It's LG_music. Or I think LG_M. I don't know. One of the two. But you can find me on Instagram. X, I'm not active. Yeah, I have an account. It's more professional than anything. But yeah, for now you can find me on Instagram.
Cool. We'll put all the links in the description, actually. Let's
Yep.
do that. We'll put all the links in the description. You guys can check it out. But thanks for watching our very first episode, The Red Corner. yeah, like I said, we're gonna have some great shows coming up for you guys. And yeah, watch the space, watch the space, watch the space. Give us a like, man. Let us be bumped up in the algorithm. Let's find people, man. Our vision really is to create a community, man, a strong community in South Africa. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have some meetups or like some other cool stuff. But let's not
Yeah.
talk too much. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Yes.